guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna and this is Calm and Cozy. Today we are doing a cozy coffee chat type video, like my first video that I ever posted. Just to do some life updates. I've had a lot that I've been going through lately, a lot of changes, a lot of not necessarily bad things, but just kind of like some maybe like internal realizations, and yeah, so I wanted to kind of, be a little bit vulnerable in this video and kind of talk about some of the things that I've been thinking about, some of the things that I'm changing about my life, and so forth. So if you haven't already, and if you would like to, go ahead and grab yourself a drink of choice. I have an iced coffee today because the weather is super nice out, but whatever you would like. I've mentioned it before that I am an anxiety coach. I'm also a nurse. I work at the hospital, but I also have my own business doing anxiety coaching. And just recently I've been feeling really like burnt out and disconnected from the coaching community, all of like the wellness accounts and positive social media accounts that are all about like making you healthier, controlling your anxiety, or bettering your mental health, all of that. And because I am a coach, a lot of my social media and people that I'm around are also coaches or in some capacity in the wellness space. And I have just been feeling so disconnected from that space. And I didn't know what was wrong with me. I thought maybe this was just like a stage in my life, and now I'm come out of it and it's no longer for me. But I realized, like, looking back when I was coaching clients and I was helping them through anxiety and we were making progress, and I had so many clients telling me like, I don't know how I could have done this without you. This was better than any therapy session I've ever gone to. That lit me up and made me think like, okay, this is for me. Like, I was meant to do this. But then there's just a part of me that wasn't connecting with all these other coaches and all these other accounts and all of the social media that I was seeing from other coaches and other entrepreneurs in this space. And I realized that it is because there are two reasons. One, it's not relatable, especially to me, but also I feel like to a lot of people. The visions and the images that we're seeing on social media that are being portrayed to us as this is how you should live your life if you want to accomplish this, this, and this. And it's so unrelatable. And I'm not saying it in a bad way. Like, sometimes that content is fun to look at and it's totally like, it's not bad to look at by any means, but I kept seeing the same things over and over. It was just not something that I could relate to anymore. And I realized it was because none of it was personable, none of it was vulnerable. It was very much like cookie cutter types of images that I was seeing. I realized that I was trying to fit myself into this box of what I thought I needed to be as someone who is a coach who claims to help people with their mental health. I lost sense of who I was. And that comes to the second reason as to why everything, I was feeling so disconnected, was because I lost myself trying to feel like I was being like them. Like, I never have anything wrong with me. I'm totally perfect. I accomplished this. I overcame anxiety, and you can too. And I don't struggle with it anymore. And I came off my medication and I don't need it anymore because I did this and blah, blah, blah. And it was I felt like I was having to put up a front for myself because none of these other coaches that I was saying, and I'm not saying that, you know, there aren't coaches who do this. There aren't people in the wellness space who are open, who are vulnerable, who are relatable, who aren't portraying themselves as completely perfect and have everything together. But I was trying to force myself to be like that because I thought that was the only way that people would want to work with me, as if they thought that I was 100% perfect, no problems. You know, I had my shit together basically, and I didn't struggle anymore. And I realized that that is not true. That is not what is drawing people towards me. That is not what people want to see. That's especially nowadays, there is an image that people put up on social media, and that's the one little aspect of their life that they let you see, and it is very curated and edited, and I was just feeling that disconnect, and I just couldn't be like that anymore. I felt like I was living like a false life. Let me take a sip of my coffee, hang on. Sorry, I had to set my coffee down because I'm getting too involved. After I realized that, I decided that I was no longer going to do that. And that involved me, and currently still doing this, taking a step back and kind of reanalyzing why I'm doing what I'm doing. Am I being authentic? Am I enjoying what I'm putting out there? Do I feel like I'm being forced to do this, forced to post, forced to like make these heartfelt, long, sentimental, emotion inducing posts because I'm afraid that if I don't, then, you know, no one's gonna see me as a coach, no one's gonna want to work with me. And so now, taking a step back, I've taken the pressure off of having to do good in my business by going back to work a little bit more at the hospital, which is not ideal, but it takes away that like pressure of like, I have to do good because this is my livelihood, like this is how I make money, this is how I afford to live, and I've taken that pressure off. So I'm working more at the hospital. And, you know, I had a really good long chat with my friend who is also a spiritual coach. Her name is Gabby. She's Tarot by Gabrielle here on YouTube. And spiritual coach Gabby on other things. I'll link her stuff in the description. She's amazing. Go check her out. She's a really good friend of mine, and we had a long sit-down conversation about everything I was going through, and kind of came to the conclusion that if I'm not having fun, I'm not enjoying what I'm posting or what I'm doing, I just feel pressured to get stuff out there, then I need to stop doing it. That has kind of led me to this point where I am focusing more on my YouTube channel. And I told her, you know, YouTube is the only thing that I feel like I have no pressure, zero pressure. I have at this point 22 subscribers, which is amazing. And I've been posting Let's Plays every week, or, you know, different lifestyle videos, and I just love making content for YouTube. I think a part of that is I don't feel pressured to do well because I have no expectations. I have no expectations for views, for subscribers, for likes, for comments, for, you know, making money. I'm not monetized on YouTube. And so there's absolutely no pressure other than this is fun for me to do and I enjoy doing it, so I'm gonna do it. I realized that that's how I felt towards YouTube. And so I'm like, that needs to be how I feel about everything else. I've decided to focus more on my YouTube channel right now because that is what brings me enjoyment and fulfillment. And eventually I would love for that to, you know, become part of my career. The reason why I started this channel was to have like a fun outlet and like show a little bit more of myself playing gaming. Like, I love gaming because it helps me with my anxiety. I play cozy games because they make me feel safe and cozy and, you know, take away some of my anxiety. I was afraid to put that on any other platform that I had So that's why I started making this YouTube channel. I wanted it to be still mental health focused, because that is my passion, is to help people with anxiety in whatever capacity it is. That's why this YouTube channel was created. And so I still think that eventually I would love for this YouTube channel to kind of tie into who I am as an anxiety coach. And if people wanted to work with me that found me through YouTube, I would love for that to be another source of a place for people to find me. Not feel obligated to work with me, but just like enjoy my content and get some, peace and calmness and relief from watching my videos. Instagram and Facebook and all that, I have those, and I just felt so trapped in them. So I'm taking a step back from that until I can find myself again, I guess. I'm like going through the process of trying to be comfortable with who I am, and putting that out there as my, not only just like being myself, but my brand as a coach. I'm not perfect. I am tired of acting like I have my shit together all the time, because I don't. And that brings me to my next point that I wanted to talk about, which is a touchy subject for a lot of people. It's not really it's not a controversial subject. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. It's not to me, but I had anxiety. I still have anxiety, right? And so when I first realized that everything that I was going through and suffering and struggling through was because of anxiety, I got on anxiety medication, which completely changed my life. I was able to heal. I was able to work on myself. I had more capacity and ability to do other things that helped me manage my anxiety, instead of just living day to day, just so stressed out, fight or flight, constantly activated. Even when as soon as I woke up in the morning until I went to sleep, it was just constant anxiety, to the point where I didn't feel anxious, because that was just my normal. I was always anxious all the time. I was exhausted, I didn't sleep well, or I overslept way too much because I didn't want to wake up, because life was stressful. I had so many health problems, and all of it was from anxiety. And so I got on these medications. One medication I took every day, and then one as needed. Those helped tremendously. And I took those for about a year, and then I felt like I was at a place where I was good to start coming off and living without them, because I felt like my anxiety had gotten under control. I cut back my hours at the hospital that I worked at, which helped way reduce the amount of stress in my life, and a big factor of my anxiety. I also had started my business. I was doing something I was passionate about and I looked forward to doing every day. I was helping people. I had more time to work on myself, mentally and spiritually and physically. I was working out more, I was eating healthier, I was getting back into my spiritual practice and connecting more with God, and I don't know, everything was really great up until January of this year. Everything just kind of fell apart, and I didn't know why. I started having the same symptoms I was having before. I had heart palpitations, which I had mentioned in a couple of my Let's Play videos, that I was struggling with that. I didn't know what was going on. Turns out it's all from anxiety. So my anxiety came back, causing me to have a ton of heart palpitations, which, it's not necessarily bad. I didn't end up having to go to the hospital or anything. It's just an annoying thing, because when they happen, I feel short of breath and it makes me more anxious, and then it's just a cycle. That started up in January. I was going back and forth with my doctor trying to figure out what we could do, and we decided that putting me back on my anxiety medication was probably the best option, which, as you can imagine, or not, but let me tell you, I had very conflicting thoughts about that, because one, I'm an anxiety coach, and I have told people that I've gotten off my medication. So if people find out that I'm back on anxiety medication, people are going to think I'm a fraud. They're going to think I'm not legit. that I can't even get my own stuff together, so how could I help them? All of these thoughts just kept like coming in, and made me very hesitant on getting back on my anxiety medication. Another reason was just like I just felt like I was taking a step back. So I felt like a fraud, and I felt like a failure. Like I failed myself and I failed everyone else that looked up to me and looked at me as like a sign of hope. Like, yes, like I can get off my medication. Like there is hope. Like I can do this too. Like she did it, I can do it, and she can help me. I went back and forth and I was really bummed out about it. Had a couple mental breakdowns about it. But eventually, I was like, I really need to get my health. I mean, my health needs to be my number one priority above all else. Because if you don't have that, what do you have? And I got back on my medication and my symptoms started to go away. I still have a little bit of anxiety I'm still working with. And I think part of that is just going back and working at the hospital more. I think my body remembers that anxiety that I had, and it has a literal physical reaction to being there, which is, it's crazy that it works that way, but it's also very frustrating. So when I go to work, all my palpitations come back, and it takes like a couple days for them to go away. And then by that point, I'm going back to work. And so working on that. I'm being very gentle with myself on my days off. Like today, I worked yesterday, and today I got a lot of sleep, and I worked out, and just taking it very easy. And I knew I wanted to make this video. I was super excited to make this video, and so that's been like bringing me joy and make me feel good. So my heart palpitations have not been bad today, which is great. But all this to say is that I wanted to come on here and put this message out into the world for whoever watches it, that I am not perfect. I'm tired of pretending like I'm perfect as an anxiety coach, because I am not perfect. And I think we need more people in the wellness space to be honest and open and relatable and down to earth and themselves, just being themselves. And that is my goal for the rest of this year, is to just be myself. And if that means I have to tell the world that yes, I'm an anxiety coach, and yes, I still take medication for anxiety, because anxiety sucks, and anxiety is not a linear thing. Just like healing is not a linear process, anxiety, you're gonna have good days, good months, bad months, good years, bad years. The way that we learn to deal with it and manage it can help control it, but as I found out, sometimes there's gonna be things that cause you anxiety and you have no control over them. I had no control over my heart palpitations. I wish I could. I have tried to control them with my mind by manifesting them away, and it's not working. The medication is the only thing that's helping me at this point. Not to say that everything else that I'm doing isn't helping, but right now I need to be on medication to help control them until I can get to a point again where I'm good to come off. And I may be on and off again for a couple years. I don't know, but this is me telling myself that it is okay. It is okay to be wherever you are on this journey. It is okay to fall down as long as you get back up again. It is okay to not feel perfect. It is okay to feel like you failed as long as you keep moving forward. You didn't fail. You're still moving forward. If healing was easy, if managing anxiety was easy, nobody would have problems. Nobody would struggle with it. It's not easy, and it's not as easy as people on the internet make it seem. It's not a simple process. It's not a follow these 5 steps and your anxiety will be gone. It's not like that. As someone who struggles with anxiety, as someone who helps other people manage their anxiety, I am here to say that you are okay where you are, no matter where that is. I am not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Those influencers on social media that you're seeing that make their life look perfect and that you wish you could have that, you wish you could be that happy, you wish you could be that healthy, I promise you that's only a part of the life that you're seeing. I'm getting on a soapbox. I need to chill out. And I'm not calling anyone out. I'm not attacking anybody. I think, every part of that social media wellness space has a place and a purpose and a time. If you need motivation, that motivates me to look at someone. I want to be like them, so I'm gonna do this and this and this and get to that. That's totally fine. But when that's all you're seeing and you feel like you can never get to that level, they never have struggles. They don't, struggle with this anymore. They don't have depression. They don't have anxiety. It just wears on you. And it was wearing on me. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. So this is me saying that, at least for me and my brand and my business, I'm going to be more myself. I'm going to be more authentic and vulnerable. And that is my goal. And I hope that this message resonates with the right people. And I hope somebody needed to hear this today. I hope this message reaches them. We're all in this together. Everyone is on their own journey, but we're all in this friggin' planet together, trying to do our best. I'm working on myself, and my passion in life is to help others heal as well. That was my little coffee chat. Cozy. Not really cozy. It was kind of cozy. I don't know. Sorry. I just really had to make this video because I needed to get everything that was in here out. And I didn't even finish my coffee because I was chatting too much. Let me know what you guys thought. If you have any thoughts or comments or, opinions or whatever else, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Let me know if you want more of these coffee chat videos. I don't know if they're enjoyable or not, to just watch me sit in a chair and talk. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I love you. If you haven't already, please subscribe if you would like to, and make sure you hit the little bell notification so you know when I upload. I have a new video that comes out at least once a week, usually on Fridays, sometimes Saturdays. But I'm gonna try and hopefully post a little bit more frequently here coming up soon, since, like I said, I'm focusing more on YouTube for the time being. Make sure you subscribe, comment if you would like, let me know your thoughts, and I will talk to you soon. Bye guys.